Professor Kael'thar's antenna twitched nervously as he watched the new human instructor, Sarah Chin, bounce energetically at the front of the Galactic Academy's gymnasium. The Valorian administrator had reviewed her credentials 3 times, certain there had been a mistake. Physical education instructor from Earth? A death world whose gravity was 1.3 times standard? This could only end in disaster. "All right, everyone," Sarah clapped her hands together, her smile bright enough to make the photosynthetic Chlorians in the back row perk up. "Today's just a basic introduction to human fitness routines, nothing too intense. We'll start with a simple warm-up." The assembled students, a mix of species from across the Galactic Federation, exchanged uncertain glances. Kixtal, a towering Corinthian with 4 muscular arms, crossed all of them confidently. Surely a creature from a 1-3G world couldn't challenge someone from a 2-1G planet. "We'll begin with jumping jacks. Just watch me first." Sarah demonstrated the movement with fluid ease, her body moving through the exercise like it was nothing. 5 minutes to start? Ready? Let's go. The first 30 seconds went reasonably well. Then the Valorian student in the front row began wheezing, his respiratory slits fluttering desperately. At the 2-minute mark, a Gelthian female's tentacles started trembling uncontrollably. Kustal, the confident Corinthian, managed 3 minutes before all 4 arms hung limply at his sides, his exoskeleton darkening with exertion. "Great job," Sarah beamed, not even breathing hard. "Now let's move on to push-ups, standard position, chest to floor, back straight. Let's do 20. Professor Kael'thar watched in horror as student after student collapsed. The Chlorians were face down on the mat after 5. The Corinthian managed 8 before his arms buckled. Even the Draxon student, whose species prided themselves on their warrior culture, tapped out at 12, his scales flushed with embarrassment. Sarah completed all 20 without pause, then stood up casually. "Okay, who needs a water break?" Every hand, claw, tentacle, and appendage in the room shot up. During the break, Kael'thar approached the human instructor, his voice low and urgent. "Miss Chin, perhaps we should modify the curriculum? Our students are from various gravity environments, most considerably lighter than Earth's." Sarah's eyes widened with genuine surprise. "Oh, this is too much? But we haven't even gotten to the main workout yet. This is just the warm-up we do in elementary school back home." The professor's antenna went completely rigid. "Elementary school? As in, children?" "Yeah, kids aged 6 to 12. Sarah pulled out her tablet, showing him a video of young humans performing the same exercises with ease, laughing and chatting throughout. "We usually do this for about 15 minutes before starting the actual PE class." A collective groan rose from the students as they realized what they were hearing. "So what's the main workout?" asked Mixtal weakly, his proud warrior demeanor completely shattered. Sarah brightened. "Well, I was thinking we'd do some distance running, maybe just a 5K to start, then some basic calisthenics, and finish with a game of dodgeball. Very simple stuff." "Dodgeball?" squeaked a small Fenrian student, her fur standing on end. "The activity where Death Worlders throw solid projectiles at each other? For fun?" "Exactly." Sarah missed the horror in the question entirely. "It builds reflexes and teamwork. Don't worry, we use softballs." Professor Kael'thar made an executive decision. "Perhaps we should end today's session here. Give everyone time to adjust." As the students limped, crawled, and dragged themselves out of the gymnasium, Sarah turned to the professor, confused. "Did I do something wrong? That was literally the easiest routine I could think of." The Valorian administrator looked at the human with newfound understanding of why the Federation had been so cautious about admitting Deathworlders into their institution. These creatures casually endured conditions that would hospitalize most species, and they thought it was simple. "No, Miss Chin," he said carefully. "You did everything perfectly. That's precisely the problem." Behind them, Kistal's voice echoed through the corridor. "I trained for cycles in 2-1G, defeated the champion of Krinth, and a human child's warm-up broke me. The galaxy needs to know about this." Sarah just smiled and started setting up equipment for tomorrow's class, completely unaware that she'd just become a legend and a cautionary tale across the entire Galactic Academy.
Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.